And welcome to another Royal Reviewer live chat. Hello and welcome. I hope you've all had a really lovely Mother's Day if you celebrate Mother's Day at this time of the year. Obviously in the UK we celebrate Mother's Day in March. I know for a lot of you around the world Mother's Day is in May. But for those of you, like I say, who celebrated this time of the year, I hope you really had an amazing Mother's Day. And I know that this year's Mother's Day has been different for a lot of people, with people having to, not hug and not do the things that you would normally do. I myself, with my own family, we had a big meal planned. We had a big table booked in a restaurant, and that had to be cancelled. So things have been different. We haven't been able to go and visit the people that we normally wanted to do. We haven't been able to celebrate Mother's Day in the same way, but there are other ways of doing it, and one of those ways, of course, is social media, and that is what this video today is about. It's about looking at how the royal family have used social media to interact with their loved ones, but also to incorporate the wider general public as well in the joy of what should be a remarkable, lovely day of celebrating the mothers in our lives, past, present, and maybe even future. If you're pregnant, you may even be a pregnant lady. So it's just a day that should be for celebration, and that's what we're going to look at today. Is how the royal family have used social media to pass on that message. So without further ado, I am going to go to the chat room because this is a live stream chat, and we will see who is there. Who's getting notifications? Let's have a little peek. By the way, if you are enjoying this video at any point during the chat, please hit a thumbs up. Hello to all the channel members. Those are the names that you can see in the live chat showing up green. I can see Christine. Hello and welcome. Yeah, I know. I've just seen some comments. People are struggling with staying in the house. I'm choosing my words carefully because of being on the platform of YouTube. But yeah, people are struggling with having to stay in the house. And I hope that videos like my own are helping people to socialise and mix with other people in live chats or in my own Facebook group. I have a Facebook group called Royal Reviewer and Friends. You can join. You have to request to join, and there are 3 questions. You have to answer all 3 questions, or else we cannot accept you into the group. We're very strict like that. So yes, hello and welcome to everyone. Right, I'm going to kick off today's video because we have 59 people dropped in already. So I think a really good place to start, I think, would be Kensington Royal. Now, by the way, these posts are often duplicated on pretty much the same posted on their Twitter accounts as on their Instagram accounts. And it's probably a good idea also to point out that lots of the royal family do have multiple accounts. There is also the Facebook groups as well. So the royal family in general, of course, does have an official Facebook page as well. So the royal family is very present on social media. I mean, looking at Kensington Royal Instagram account, we can see they have 11.3 million followers over the course of this account's lifetime. They have posted 2,039 times, and they are currently following 99 accounts, which is in contrast to Harry and Meghan's Sussex Royal account, because they change their accounts every single month, and I do believe are currently following 1 account at the moment, and their aim is to promote positivity with good news on their account. But regardless of how a royal account chooses to display their social media, the fact that they are using it, I think is key, and the fact that they are embracing the social media internet age and realizing that it is a really good way to get your message out there, but also to share some private photographs, which the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have done in their post. Now, I'm sure you all saw the video that I posted to their post. I also made a video on my Steps of Sussex channel for Harry and Meghan's post as well. But I just wanted, I'm not going to read the whole post again, but it's not a new photograph. And Prince George, which is slightly obscured by Charlotte's head, being given a picture. It's a lovely photograph, one that, of course, is what they which is what they love, and also which is very difficult at this time because Catherine, last year, when people childhood with regards to mental health, Catherine saw that as a key feature. Now, with a lot of people being told to stay in the house, that is not possible. People are. We have in the UK an organisation called the National Trust, and they look after many country estates and lots of parklands where people like to go to parklands. All of those have pretty much been shut down now. People are being told maybe not to go out for walks, maybe not to visit country estates and that kind of thing. So people are finding it more difficult to, as you said, stay indoors. And not everybody has a big country estate like the Cambridges to be able to go to. If you are looking for some kind of outdoor space, any harm to anybody else. But I just think it goes to show that it's important to try and get as much outdoor time as you possibly can. If you have a garden, still go out there. Even if you have a window, maybe just open the window, stand by it, get some fresh air. I think that's really important. But going back to the photograph, it does show what a really good time, and it's a really sweet outtake as well. So a really sweet memory to share. They also shared a photograph of Diana and the boys, William and Harry, which I thought was a really nice touch to remember, as I said at the start of this chat, remember mothers past, present and future if you're pregnant, of course. And of course this is a mother past, and one that I'm sure, you know, William is and Harry are both readily fond of remembering at this time, but also it can bring a lot of, you know, pain and sad memories as well, because of course on this day they are not able to see their mother. So I thought that was a pretty poignant photo. The next one, I should share a link, shouldn't I? I'm sure you've already seen them anyway. You've already seen the video that I posted, but I will post a link to the Instagram post, which I will post in the description box as well once this has gone off live. She also posted a picture of her own mother with herself. So we see a baby Catherine being held in the arms of a young Carol Middleton. My goodness. Carol Middleton looked really good. See, from the 80s, a decade which I remember. About the next photograph is, and also I think a lot of mothers can probably identify with this. You are so proud. It is no. I know what we've got in the class to gave to his mother for Mother's Day, and I'm sure it means the world to her. It does look good. I do to when he's older. Charles, really sweet flowers cascading out on a brightly coloured tablecloth with a bright blue background. Yes, I think giving Van Gogh a Van Gogh. I'm going to call him Van Gogh. Van Gogh? Van Gogh. Maybe giving Van Gogh a run for his money. If I'm frozen, let it go. Let it go. No, just refresh. Just refresh the channel. There we go. Christine says it's too cold to open the windows, but still going to the dog park. Oh no, people are having internet issues. Maybe I am frozen. I don't know. Let me just move my light a minute. There we go. I think my light was slightly wrong. Apparently it's severely lagging in Canada. It's not broken up on my phone that I'm recording on. Usually when it disconnects, it kind of freezes on my phone in front, and then I have to reconnect with a button. So I'm feeling like it's watch on catch up if it's not working for you. Right. Moving on, I spoke about it briefly earlier, but SUSSEXROYAL also did make a Mother's Day post today. So I'm going to click on that. I will share the link to it if you haven't seen it already. And I will talk a little bit about their social media account as well before I go on to the actual main post. So far they have made 214 posts with 11.3 million followers, and they are following one account, like I said before, which is a positive news called Tanks Good News, and I am sure they will probably change that up on the 1st of the month. We may even see a rebranding of this social media account. They said, they indicated they were going to refresh it. So I think maybe April the 1st will happen. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But of course, that is the official date when they have officially left the royal family. So we shall wait and see what this rebranding turns into, and if it indeed will be launched on April the 1st. Now, there has been a lot of talk about Instagram within the kind of royal community. There has been lots of mentions about bots and the use of bots. If you don't know, a bot might be from, for example, like a fake account on behalf of a company, somebody behind a company or paying a company to have these thousands of fake accounts going on to different channels, subscribing to them, liking them. There are also companies where you can pay people with all these that control these fake accounts to go to different brands or celebrities or public figures and leave negative comments or positive comments, whatever. There has been a lot of talk about dodgy things going on with Instagram, and I don't know how much of these are true or not true. There have been conspiracy theories. One of the conspiracy theories much been neck and neck. That is because to root out fake, what they consider to be inactive or fake accounts or accounts that have suspicious activity. And I imagine that Instagram will probably be the same. They will probably be looking for unusual or suspicious activity. And eventually those accounts will probably, in an automated scan rather, get taken out of the whole system. Post that they made their Mother's Day one. Again, I'll post it for you to watch on Catch Up as well. When you click on it, it actually has no posts, no follows, they're following nobody, it's set to private, and some of them do look a little bit suspicious, to say the least. So all I'm going to say is could be faked from I'm just going to say another YouTube channel who is most definitely not a bot. It's somebody that's definitely has it in for Harry and Meghan, shall we say. And yeah, all I'm going to say is, if you are a real person and you're not a bot, there's no need to post negativity on other people's channels, on Harry and Meghan or William and Catherine's Instagram accounts. There's no need for it. If you haven't got anything nice to say, just don't say it at all. In fact, if you really hate Harry and Meghan or you hate the Cambridges, why are you even going on their pages anyway? Just ignore them if you don't like them. Okay for someone to like both. And those people out there that just like all royals and they don't have any hate in their hearts for any to say, then don't say it at all. Right, on to the post. So Harry and Meghan posted their kind of brand of blue background with their monogram and the words mummy, mum, mom, mama, granny, nan, and thank you, which of course is all the different names, and I'm sure there are more in other languages as well, and different variations of what you might call mom. I personally say mom. Lots of people say mum, whatever, but lots of different variations showing that Mother's Day can be different to all kinds of different people, but nevertheless, it's still your mother, your mum. And they say no matter what you call your mum this Mother's Day in the UK, we honour the mums all over the world who do so much every single day and now more than ever. And of course, like I said, it's a very, very different Mother's Day for a lot of people. Right, I'm going to go to the comments section and see what people are saying. Trudy says, this is so true. I'm just tired of it. Aren't we all? Aren't we all just so tired of all the infighting? It's not good. It really isn't good. Ooh, Winnie's got a fresh blanket of snow. I would love some snow right now. Ooh, do you know what? I haven't got it set on live chat, which is probably why I'm not keeping up with all the comments. Right. I am now going to move on to the next media account, which is, of course, the main royal family one. Again, I've chosen to Instagram, but they have replicated these posts on Twitter and Facebook as well. So, the royal family, which of course is the account that is put out there on behalf of the Queen and the other royals that don't have their own accounts. And they have shown or shared a really beautiful vintage photograph. And again, I'll copy the link so that you can see it now. A vintage photograph of the Queen when she was Princess Elizabeth with the then Queen Elizabeth, who later became the Queen Mother. And this is a beautiful, adorable photograph. I'm just zooming in on Queen Elizabeth and the Queen Mother, and doesn't she look glamorous? She was a glamour puss. She looked so glamorous. The Queen, looking very skinny legend right there. Of course, I'm sure that's probably still a Lorna handbag. Queen Victoria's bow brooch, gloves, a massive hat, of course, for casually strolling down the garden. No, strolling down the streets, I think that is. And all mothers and caregivers, wherever they may be, that is spend time with their mother patterns of life. But for all mums everywhere, we are thinking of you. I'd like to echo those sentiments, and I think that photograph is lovely. And I think it was just really touching and nice to remember and honour the Queen Mother. I think that was really lovely. Moving on, Clarence House, which of course is, again, I've chosen Instagram, and they have chosen another vintage photograph. I do believe, yes, it's the gardens of, they were brought up, that's where they were living, it was their home, it was the home that Philip and Elizabeth, Philip in particular, decorated and renovated as their family home. In fact, that when the Queen became Queen, that they had to move out of Clarence House. It had only just been, refurbished and done up to how they wanted it, and then they had to move into Buckingham Palace. And Philip would rather have stayed at Clarence House, which of course is now the home of Prince Charles and Camilla. And when the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, was Dowager Queen, that was her home up until the point he might not be able to be House Garden with his mother, Princess Elizabeth, in 1950. Wow. And again, looking so glamorous. My nan actually bought my dad pretty much just like what Prince Charles is wearing there. Just like Prince Charles by my grandmother, which I think was really lovely. So I'm enjoying that photograph. Also, Princess EUGENIE, who does have an Instagram account, shared a photo on honouring her copy that link. So there we go. She collaborated all the safe. She shared a no. There's more. There's a few others as well. And also, this photograph. Oh my goodness! I think I am actually going to show you that one. Just get a look at those dresses. Which pair of curtains did Sarah Ferguson attack to get those dresses? Matchy, of course. Oh my goodness, Beatrice and Eugenie. Well, girls, I've totally got to cut down these curtains from Clarence House, haven't I? Because I haven't got enough money to buy them. Ooh. So you're gonna have to wear the same, girls. You are, yes. But look, jokes aside, look at those dresses. My goodness. I remember the 80s well. I joke, but I remember the 80s a clown or something. Nevertheless, a mother. I'm going to move on to the next one. Oh, this one. Oh my goodness, look at those. Look at those hats. They look like Roland Rat. Oh my goodness. Matchy matchy again. It's the matchy matchy 80s. Wow, that is. Let's just have another look. I'm actually. Oh my. Mime. Oh, that's a sweet one. Oh, that's sweet. I like that one. Oh, that's adorable. Look. Okay, that's adorable. I like that one. That's really, really pretty. But oh, those 80s photographs, my goodness. Wow, 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 wow. And also, Sarah also posted like NHS helping to keep our country going. So I will, of course, share that as well. So you can see what she posted on her Instagram account. And now I'm going to go over to the comments and read some. Let's have a look. And Charlie T says, love the Queen Mother's platform heels. And she wore heels in her hundreds. When she was in her hundreds, she still wore heels. Jean K says, Princess Eugenie, so happy she's married. They have each other to self-isolate with. Peter, your Scottish ancestors emigrated to Australia in the early 1850s. Elder Pilder's laughing. Was that my Sarah impersonation? Yes, I went all Windsors on you, didn't I? If you haven't seen the Windsors comedy program, you know, the Windsors series, not a serious program. It is a jokey parody program where they portray Sarah as being very almost like subservient and kind of happy and clumsy and oh my goodness, I've embarrassed my girls again. Ooh. They prepare like that, and for some reason I can almost do the voice. So yeah, I have been watching that, but it is not serious at all. There we go. Charlie T says, love those matching outfits for Eugenie and Beatrice. It was fun when Diana did that with William and Harry too. Yes, there is a TP shortage. Toilet paper. I do believe that's what you mean. Christine says, will Eugenie and Jack's children have titles? No, because you do not inherit titles via the female line. So no, they won't. Pretty much the same as Princess Anne's children didn't. Although I think Anne's husband, Princess Eugenie, would have to have a title, and he wasn't offered one. Or, we don't know, behind the scenes, maybe he was offered and declined. But I think these days they're being very sparing with giving out the titles. But Princess Eugenie will retain her title, her blood-born title, until the day that she passes. Right. Let's just see if I'm going to go up. Okay, so Sarah dressed her daughters alike, but that was the trend at the time. Think Laura Ashley florals. Yes, it most definitely was. It was the trend. Matchy siblings was the trend. I remember it. I remember it well. I remember, you know, siblings at school turning up dressed the same. Yeah, I lived through it. I understand it. I'm not making a mockery of it. It's part of my existence too. Maria, day 16 of being in the house. I'm going to call it being in the house. All alone at home. Oh no, it is hard. If you are able to go outside in your own garden, if you're able to, as long as you're not obviously, you know, going to affect anybody else. Thank you to For My Love of Animals, who sent me a heart. Hello to you. Right, also, I should note as well, and I have a note to read. So, today, I'm going to start, where possible, to do a little slot at the end of each video, going back in time, going back to Tudor history. So, this day in Tudor history, in 1534, cast your minds back. I'm sure the Queen can remember 1534. It was a prime year. No, go back to 1534. It's Henry VIII is on the throne. He's just divorced Catherine of Aragon, and he's married Anne Boleyn, and they have a child who later went on to become Elizabeth I. He's divorced the UK, Britain, from the Church of England. Oh, yeah. I should say the UK wasn't formed back in 1534. It was still England. So he divorced England from the Church of Rome, just so that he could marry Anne Boleyn and divorce Catherine of Aragon, who became a Dowager Queen. So on this day in 1534, the Parliament passed the first Act of Succession, which recognised the offspring, recognised the legitimacy of Anne Boleyn's marriage to Henry VIII, and that legalised and legitimised Princess Elizabeth's birth, which meant that she and her heirs actually the children of Henry VIII could inherit the throne, because of course there was an elder daughter first, Mary. So Mary was actually in the line of succession, but initially Princess Elizabeth usurped her slightly because the children of Catherine of Aragon were declared null and void. So Mary was kind of out of the equation for a while, but Mary did eventually go on to be queen. But no, Princess Elizabeth was legitimate at the time. Obviously, that ended when you know what. Do a little bit of Tudor history of what happened today in Tudor history in 1534. Jean Kay said the Tudors had loads of drama. Just imagine the historical dramas made about the Windsors 100 years from now. Oh, can you imagine? My goodness. Aries says Elizabeth was great. She was. She is one of my favourite. Yes, Jean Kay. Yeah, Mary Tudor was not terribly good. A lot of heretics at the stake. Yeah. No, her reign was not a particularly happy one. She returned England back to the Church of Catholicism, but in doing that, she burned a lot of heretics, and yeah, that's not good. Not good, Mary. No, girl, I'm going to send through time and space a black fan flap for Mary. Right. Matilda says that journal is pretty big. What brand is it? Oh, it's one from Partners here in the UK. It's got a blue spine, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's my notes. Laura Terry says Queen Elizabeth started the history of the United Kingdom. Well, technically, yeah, she started the history because she didn't have any offspring. Then, of course, it was James I of England and the 6th of Scotland who united the kingdoms of England and Scotland and formed the United Kingdom. And that's when we had the new flag, and the two countries were united. So no, Scotland and England were not always the UK. Aries says, I love Tudor history and Elizabeth of York. Oh, I like Elizabeth of York too, yes. She was good as well. I like positive note. I always think it's good to end on a positive note. So let's have a big yellow fan flap for positive news. So if you have enjoyed today's video, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share it on social media, and also do hit the bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Also, you may have noticed I changed the picture of the channel. I got rid of the white background. I may return it, I don't know, but I put a picture of me, seeing as I'm doing lots and lots of live chats these days, talking about things. I thought maybe I'd just put a picture of me. I don't know, it's still the same channel, but it's just a different picture. Also, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. So, from me in Shropshire, namaste, mwah to you all, and goodbye.